sometimes our no can save our life.
Saying no also reveal true friends and fake friends.
They don't want to hurt your feeling. You're in a relationship for 3 years, 4 years. When you walked away from somebody who loves you and you're in a relationship with someone who can't say yes or no, you waste 3, 4 years of your time and then the relationship won't work. Your yes should be yes or your no should be no. You waste 4 years to find out that the yes we did want is a no.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of The Man Behind the Voice. And today we're going to talk about the benefits of saying no. And my question to you, are you a yes man?
Well, it is, I remember you saying it earlier in regards to the benefits of saying no. But what came in my spirit, the consequences of being a yes man. You see, a lot of times, in order to how should I put it now? In order for us to save a friendship, we may end up saying yes to something that we don't even want to do.
Compromise.
Yes. And we saying yes to someone may be a no from God.
Wow.
And for us to understand the importance of no, we have to see in our own situation, is our no going to be pleasing to God, or is our yes going to cut? Okay, if our no is going to be pleasing to God, or is our yes going to destroy our friendships? Right? No protects integrity, because it's not everything that somebody says to you, you can say a yes to. If, for instance, a perfect example, there's a bachelor party, your friends have a bachelor party, and they say they're going to go to a club, whatever the situation is, and you know that is not your thing. You have to say no. And when you say no, you may ruffle feathers, but you have a choice. It's either you ruffle man's feathers in terms of anger, or you cause the devil to pull you closer to him, and you create an angry God.
Wow.
Right? An angry God is not the God that you really want to have any form of encounter with. Especially if he chooses you to do certain things. Because to whom a lot is given, a lot is required. So when you now are going to go out there with a yes, when you should say a no, you are putting yourself in hot water. No gets us out of trouble when we are approached. Let me repeat it. No gets us out of trouble when we are approached by the wrong people. Someone will come to you and say, boy, I want $100,000. Are you going to say yes to that when you know that person don't pay back money?
Yeah.
And you look into it and you have to say no, because when you look at all of that, the consequences that is going to come, the fact that you may not get it back, all these things, you have to do an assessment of the person, assessment of yourself. And is your no, and that is the reason why we must not lean on our own understanding. In every decision that we make, the first thing that we need to do is to put it to God, no matter how simple it is.
Oh.
God, should I do this? God, should I do that?
Yeah.
And be a yes man to God. Because when you're a yes man to people will change on you. And the person who you thought they were, they aren't. So we have to understand the importance of no. I have reached a point in my life where I am just committed to say yes to God. Even when what he's saying, I'm like, God, really? Me? Yes.
And it has a lot to do with your relationship with God.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us, we value relationship with man more than how we value our relationship with God.
All right. Next one. No set boundaries. If you do not set boundaries, you can live a very uncomfortable life. Boundaries are very important, because if you allow anything to happen in your house, it's going to reach a stage where you can't control what is happening in your house. Right? No can prevent us from being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Somebody going around the corner, them go for a drink, and you say, yeah man, although you don't drink, you just want fit in. And you said no. Yeah, them go jeer you, them go say certain things. And then all of a sudden you hear a shoot up going around there. If you're a yes man,
yeah,
you know what would have, I'm just saying, sometimes our no can save our life.
Wow. Deep.
No can test our faith in God. When we expect someone to do something for us and the person backs out at the appointed time, and we say, God, we are in a situation, or I am in a situation and I need your help, and you may not hear God responding to you directly, but somebody out of the blue, a destiny helper, just comes forward and says what you want. And I have been in situations like that, so I can speak from my personal experience.
And saying no also reveal true friends and fake friends.
Exactly. Right? Because sometimes, let me tell you, there's a spin to that now. Listen. No genuine friend is going to come to me and say, put something in front of me and say, I like it, and expect always the time for me to say a yes. No, I'm not going to say it. Right? I remember a friend of mine, she called me and she said one day, something happened at the office and I need your response. One thing I know about you, you're not going to tell me yes just to prevent me from feeling bad. You're going to be straightforward and say no. And when she was making reference to something a friend of mine did, and when I listened to what she had to say, I said, no, you are not wrong. And I went to him and I told him she was not wrong. It caused a little ruffling of the feathers, but guess what happened? It really doesn't matter to me. The truth is the truth. Sugarcoating the truth, to say, is not how God wants us to do his work. Sugarcoating the gospel is not what God wants us to do.
It's watering down it.
Watering down it. It is people. Some people try to quench your thirst, even though they know you're going to go to hell. Them just sugar. No, that can't work. It can't work. It's either yes or no, and you don't need to come. Sometimes you don't need to have a long epistle behind the no. A no is a no.
A yes is a yes.
And a yes is a yes. I did some research in regards to the yes and the no, and I came across some Bible verses which I really expect persons to some people may not have heard it before, and it is our way of sending out the message.
It's biblical.
Right. So nobody can have up me or him.
It's in the word.
It's in the word. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13. No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide the way of escape that you may be able to endure it.
And the way of escape is by saying no.
Two letters, N-O.
Yeah.
So, the yes man attitude and the yes man principle. You see, let me tell you what yes man does. It puts you around people. They say, do this. You run and do it. Yes. What if they're saying, I remember a situation years ago. A friend of mine, he went overseas, and that was about 20 years ago or so, and somebody gave him something to carry up. He should have said no, but he said yes. Person gave him drugs to carry up, and he was arrested.
Oh, he had a way out, but he chose.
No, he had a way out, but he preferred to preserve the friendship, to be a yes man, than to say no and lose a friendship.
He lost freedom.
He lost freedom.
Oh.
So we have to understand. And in us sharing this, I don't know whoever is how should I say now, can connect with what I'm saying. You know what we are saying. Because sometimes no must be put at the forefront of our conversation, depending on who we're speaking to. James 5 verse 12. But above all, my brothers, do not swear. Let your yes be yes, and let your no be no, so that you may not fall under condemnation. Let your yes be yes, and your no be no.
What does that mean? You know, you have some persons, every time you go to them, they don't have an answer. They are so skillful in trying to smuggle their way out of it by not committing. Because they don't want to commit to either saying yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
So they give an excuse.
Time is valuable.
It's like somebody in a relationship and there's unfaithfulness in the relationship, and the question is asked, are you cheating on me, yes or no? They don't want to say yes, they don't want to say, they give an excuse to try to twist the subject, try to get a way out. And the Bible says it here. It's either yes or no.
All right, look here. When I saw this, when I read it, you have some persons, you see, they are, how should I put it? In terms of being commitment, they are unstable, right? You going out there and saying to a young lady, would you get married to me? And she's going to come with a long epistle just because she don't want to break your heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're walking, but they don't want to commit themselves and whatever. And just think about this. And I'm just saying this even to persons who are listening. When someone keeps putting you off, they don't want to hurt your feeling. You're in a relationship for 3 years, 4 years. When you walked away from somebody who loves you, and you're in a relationship with someone who can't say yes or no, you waste 3-4 years of your time, and then the relationship don't work. You know? Your yes should be yes, or your no should be no. You waste 4 years to find out that the yes we did want is a no.
It's about waking up to reality.
All right.
And other persons, we avoid the yes or no question because we don't want to wake up to reality.
You see, let me tell you something. You see, fairy tales, when they talk about one of the most inspirational fairy tales, Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and don't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they will come home, wagging their tails behind them. She knows that them going to come home, so she can't go home. But when you are there, with the one about the cow jump over the moon, and I'm like, really? And they fed us these things when we were growing up. Because probably persons may not know about these, but I'm just saying, some things are just straightforward to be told no and yes. Hurt the person once. Don't delay the person if you hurt them after how much years. Right? Because you may be doing everything that they want, but they still don't want to commit themselves to you. Now, in Proverbs 25, this is another one. Proverbs 25 verse 17. Let your foot be seldom in your neighbor's house. Careful, listen to this now. Lest he have his fill of you and hate you. A practical warning against overstaying or overextending is social settings. Let me repeat it. Proverbs 25 verse 17. Let your foot be seldom in your neighbor's house. Let he have his fill of you and hate you. A practical warning against overstaying or overextending is social setting. Let me tell you something. This goes back to even the boundaries. Know your boundaries. Right? You have some persons who will just out of the blue come to your house. You were not prepared. Where are for dinner? You were not prepared. We can't stay over till tomorrow. You were not prepared. And a lot of people, the person who is saying it, doesn't understand what they're doing to you because they have developed a bad habit which they see is a good habit. They don't want to tell anybody their business, but they will come and surprise you so you can have to fix your situation to suit them. I personally do not like that.
And there's a lot of things spiritually, because if persons can corrupt your spiritual space by being in an environment.
Exactly. And the fact of the matter is that you may have things that they are not aware of. You may not be going, you don't want anybody to. Let me tell you something. Be careful of who you allow to stay into your house to. Be careful. Right? And when you have the wrong person, somebody comes into your house without even saying to you, can I come and stay over, whatever, but they just pounce on you. It is not a pleasant feeling. No, it's either you have to change your plans to suit them, or you have to leave them alone in your house. And then you don't have a clue what is happening there. I can tell you this. Somebody out there needs to hear this message. Sometimes you have to know to break up friendships. Say no to break up friendships. You have to say no to cut off certain people out of your life. You have to say no to the devil, because the devil will never tell you something that you will just say, okay, I'll do it. No, he will sugar. The devil has a way of making wrong seem so right. He has a way of making sin so desirable. You have to turn your eyes and say, no, I am not going to go there. No, I am not going to go around that person. No, no, no. And the verse is just saying so much. Do not overstep your boundaries, because it will irritate the spirit of others. Regardless of what they may say about you, recruiting people against you, let your no be a no. And do not take it back to save any friendship. Because once you know you're doing something that God approves of, the friendships that you lose may be God's way of destroying your friendships. Yes. Going to another Bible verse, and it is Proverbs 4, verse 14 to 15. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn from it and go on your way. Let me repeat that. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn from it and go on your way. I can relate to this. There was someone who I was close to years ago, and I found out that her godly ways were not godly. And I remember I was praying to God one night, and He said, pray for her, but do not go around her. Plain as day. And I had to take out the spiritual guillotine and cut her off, block her. You see, when their life isn't right with God, you should not be around them, because you go to that person's house without no demons on you, and you go back with demons on you. Right? And sometimes no will let you be hated, but you have to be hated by the wrong people.
To be loved by the right people.
To be loved by the right people, and to be obedient to God as well. The path of the wicked is not a path that a righteous person wants to walk on. The path that we walk on is because of the tribulation and the trials that we go through. But the path of the wicked is going to send us to a place where no heavenly person wants to go. We must avoid it. Avoid having the wrong people into our space. Avoid extending a hand to the wrong people. When they ask you to take them here, take them there, avoid them. Don't have anything to do with them, because their agenda is to kill, steal, or destroy. Kill your relationship with God. Steal the blessings that you have. And destroy your life through the wickedness. It's like, I remember when somebody is wicked, let me tell you something. Sometimes when you don't have the spirit of discernment and you're worshiping with somebody who is an evil person, they're going to always want you to pray now. God listening to your prayer, and then they want to be a spiritual hijacker. They might benefit from your blessing. Cut them off. Love them from a distance. Because God said it in this word. Go on your way. God never said go on your way with them. He didn't say to compromise with them. Avoid them. We have to understand that the importance of avoiding the wrong people will always bring good into your life. So whatever the situation may be, think about the no's and think about the yes. Is your no going to please God, or is your yes going to irritate God? It's a simple choice. But if you're going to do it to build friendships, you are going to fall out with the everlasting God.
And stop being a people pleaser. It's all about trying to please men. Trying to be in the good book.
The good book. Let me tell you something. I had a good book, but right now I don't even start a list yet.
Your good book to your enemy book.
I just have to strike out, because committing yourself, to God comes with a lot of sacrifices. Committing yourself to God put you in a place of worship. What you listen to, what you don't want to listen to. It's these things that it's like you're being sieved out now. The persons who are genuine are going to be seen eventually. But the persons who weren't, you're going to lose those persons. And sometimes we have to understand the importance of the word no. Yes men will always be yes men. They want to be around the right people. They want to do things for the wrong people because they can benefit from them. But at the end of the day, we have God to turn to. And God is not going to say, okay, I understand why you did this, why you did that. No, He's not going to entertain that.
He's very jealous.
Jealous God. And God's jealousy will not be affected if you believe that saying no or yes is going to change anything. Definitely won't be affected. We have to learn the importance of no and the consequence that comes from yes. And listeners, listeners and viewers, I should say, I want you to understand the importance of this. Before you make a decision, think about the no that will ruffle feathers and irritate people, or the yes that is going to please God. Think about it. So what do you have to say in regards to that?
There's nothing more to add. There's nothing, because we have just given us our perspective of the benefits of saying no and the consequences of being a yes man. And we have tied it up with scripture. We have covered everything. Now it's for you to decide if you want to be a yes man for men, to please men, or a yes man for God.
And also, we're looking forward for the comments.
And share the message. And join us again for our next episode. God bless you.
Amen.